nice community this is. Who would believe that a city, a small city that sits on top of a mountain, would have an illegal immigration problem? But it's true. Our city's population has grown by 50%, but our earned income tax, our main source of revenue, has remained the same. 30% of the drug arrests in the last 2 years were committed by illegal aliens. 30% of the gang members that were arrested here in Hazleton are illegal aliens. Last year, on May 10th, a 14-year-old boy was arrested for shooting a gun on a crowded playground. That 14-year-old boy was an illegal alien. I remember going home that night and being disappointed because it was a playground that I grew up on. Later that night, 1:30 in the morning, as a matter of fact, I was awakened by the chief of police. A 29-year-old city man was shot between the eyes by 2 illegal aliens. He died. A few days later, we had a drug bust in downtown Hazleton. More illegal aliens. It was the biggest cocaine ring in Hazleton's history. And the following week, we had gang-related graffiti that threatened the lives of our police officers. And I've had enough. Enough is enough. In 2 weeks, it will be a 1-year anniversary since I first proposed the Illegal Immigration Relief Act, and thanks to a courageous city council that passed it, that law was unfortunately never had the opportunity to be enforced. We were immediately sued by the ACLU and 25 lawyers. There's one problem though, the ACLU and their 25 lawyers thought that this little city would roll over and back down, but we're not backing down. We will fight this fight all the way to the highest court in this country if we have to. We will no longer just fight for Hazleton, we're fighting for cities all across America. In a few weeks, the United States Senate will again consider what is called a comprehensive immigration reform bill. That's what they call it.
That's right.
I call it what it is, amnesty. This bill will give every single illegal alien in the country a new visa and allow them to remain here legally. That, ladies and gentlemen, is amnesty. Anyone who says that it is not being honest with the American people. The proposed immigration bill is a bad piece of legislation.
Right.
It allows millions of illegal aliens to remain in this country indefinitely. It merely encourages them to come forward, return to their countries of origin, and apply for a new visa and complete a background check before returning. In far too many cases, that means our local and national security will rely on the honesty of criminals and terrorists. This is unacceptable. This so-called reform bill grants amnesty to illegal aliens without any benchmarks in securing our borders or reducing document fraud. The very moment this bill is signed, between 12 and 20 million illegal aliens, or maybe even more, will become legal residents here. This bill grants amnesty first and worries about border security later. It trades our national security for cheap labor wanted by big business. It exchanges the quality of life in our small towns and cities for potential votes. It asks Americans, those who were born and raised here, and those who came here through legal channels, to look the other way as millions are rewarded for breaking the law. And included in those countless millions Many are murderers, rapists, thieves, and terrorists who would do harm to us. Only yesterday, when a plot to blow up JFK International Airport was uncovered, were we reminded how the war on terror is still being waged by desperate, committed fanatics. Included in those countless millions who will be granted amnesty are those carrying dangerous and deadly diseases. Only this week were we reminded how one person with a disease can cause concern around the world. Yet this bill allows everyone, terrorists, criminals, those with dangerous diseases, to stay here in the United States. They become legal before 1 foot of border fence is built. They become legal before one national ID card is issued. And that's one of the reasons why this bill is completely unacceptable. A few days ago, President Bush said those who oppose his version of the immigration reform, quote, don't want to do what's right for America. The president even strongly suggested that we who are against this bill are racists. With all due respect, Mr. President, you are wrong. I've said it many times over the past year, illegal does not have a race. Illegal is illegal. Mr. President, those who oppose you and oppose this bill are not racists. We are realists. We see this problem. We see the problems created by a similar bill 21 years ago, which opened the floodgates of illegal immigration. Passing this legislation will only encourage future illegal migration. Mr. President, this country welcomes immigrants with open arms. But we will not close our eyes as millions sneak across our borders or overstay their visas and are given, but do not earn, the right to stay in the United States.